Everybody, one. Okay, the camera's right there. Ready? 1, 2. You look really pretty. 1,
Thank you.
2, 3. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Kingz and Konversation. I'm your boy, Mike Hurd.
I'm Enrique.
My name is Mocha.
And we have a super special guest. And who is it?
Delishous from G-Status
ATL Hustle. Right. Welcome.
Thank you.
You look so cute.
Thank you. Y'all can't see it, but she looks absolutely flawless right now.
Yeah. Make sure you go to our Instagram page because we'll have like little videos of her and her whole outfit because them shoes are killing and them toes is right. So we are so excited to be able to have you on our show today, and we have so much to talk about.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to be 100% honest. I have a lot of questions, and in our last interview, I was so emotional about subject matters that kind of involved you. I am done with Delishous. That we literally had to edit some things out because I did not want you to get a bad impression of me without getting the opportunity to hear my heart. So I have a lot of questions. I want to be educated. I want to be informed so that people who see you can find out who the real you is and not just by 3 minutes of a conversation.
Or unedited reality version.
That was,
right.
and we know reality TV is built on drama. And it has to have a certain level of drama in order to be able to be amazing, which y'all's numbers were great on that episode. So we'll talk about that. But we want to get to know you, who you are, where you're from, and things like that. So y'all can go ahead with the questions and we can kind of dive in.
Enrique.
Oh, wow. So I know that you were initially a friend of the show.
Yes.
Season 1, a friend of a cast member on the show. And then you came on. So what was the deciding factor to make you want to join G-Status?
Yeah.
It was, I just want to make a difference. Mm-hmm. And I came on here to showcase who I am a little bit and represent trans women in a different light. I was there supporting Sharad and Zafar.
Right.
And they saw me and it was like, okay, no, we're going to throw you in.
Okay.
And
so production asked you to be?
Yes.
Okay.
And as soon as I was done, I already had been told I'm going to be a cast member for season 2.
Okay.
So, I was like, oh, okay, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I knew that there would be drama because of the reality show, but I don't think I was ready for the amount of disrespect that I've gotten from people. Because the thing about it is me being out here in the short 3 years that I have been out here, I have not received the amount of disrespect that I have from the people on the show. Wow. And it really is taken back to me. Regardless of who I am or what how you feel about me, I do a lot for our communities, the LGBT community and the Black community, because that's predominantly what I live in right now and have been. So for you to create this narrative of me and trying to, with certain people on the show, I get things were said, whatever, but it's like for you to continually keep lying on me and disrespecting me and making me try to pretty much tear me down and cancel me. One, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Until I want to go somewhere.
Right.
Period.
I'm that girl.
I love it.
Okay. And then 2 is it's kind of heartbreaking on a sense of all this work that I've done trying to build up and show people who I am, and it's like you guys are creating this narrative of me being the bad guy or being whatever, and it's wow, that's really what we're doing, so I guess that's kind of why you guys have recently seen some of the things that you've seen, and it's people like to refer it as a blackout moment, you push a dog into a corner long enough and it's gonna bite back,
that's true.
And I try to be this classy woman and everything, but like I've said, I come from a whole different type of lifestyle, because being trans, you live 2 lives.
Yes. Yes.
I had a whole life as a boy that a lot of people don't know nothing about, and I've shared it with this. And people like to be like, "Oh yeah, girl, whatever." Like, okay, well, I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
And the thing about it is I feel like people on this cast, you can dish it, but you can't take it. And that's really what I wanted to show in this last episode.
Right.
You can dish it, but you can't take it.
I get that.
Now, you just mentioned something, and I'm gonna let you ask your question in a second. So you said that you're representing the LGBTQI community and the Black community. There was some controversy over you using the N word,
nigga,
and people wanted to know how we felt about it. And I said, well, I couldn't form an opinion about it until I heard, where you were coming from with it. So explain to the viewers, why was it okay, or why did you feel like you could use the word? Because they feel like you can't. But just kind of let them know why it's okay for you to use the N word. Okay.
That's what I want to know. Why are people having an issue with the fact that you said the word nigga?
And the thing about it is it has never been an issue out here, because I say it in my music, and I say I don't just say it like that the way that they made it seem like I just said it. Like I was reciting lyrics from my word from my music, and then in my confessional, I went back and watched it, and I was actually like, okay, wow, I was really upset, and it kind of angered me a little bit and disappointed me in myself that I let people take me to that point where I'm being nasty like that, because I don't really just say things like that.
Right.
But I think it's a little cliche for me to express why I think it's okay for me to use it. I mean, it's not that I think that it's okay or not. It's the culture. All my life, I've been around people like us, and that I don't see it as any different. And I don't really want to go too much into why I think it's okay, but I've had so many people come to my rescue and get on live and do interviews, and people talk about not necessarily Mexican is Black, but it's we come from the same type of oppression. And I don't ever want to take away from what Black people had to go through being slaves and stuff like that. But it's Mexicans, even now today, Mexicans are being held in cages, they're being in concentration camps, they're taken away from their families, they're being held between Mexico and here, and it's just it's the oppression, and from what I've heard from other people, because I really had to sit back and be like, okay, whoa, let me take all of this in and listen to what people are saying, because if I wasn't a good person, I'd be like, no, I don't give a fuck. And on one sense, I kind of I'm still gonna do me, and whatever, but I still have to be mindful, and I did take the chances that I could to apologize for the offense, not for saying it, the offense, if anybody, because I'm all my life, I said, the culture,
And you're from California, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and I know, being from California as well, that we don't really see color like other parts of the country. I'm not saying that there's not racism in California, because there is, but I'm saying in the hip hop culture, we don't really see color like that. If we say nigga, we just say nigga. If it's a white dude that say nigga, as long as you've been cool with us and you have not shown to be prejudiced or to be racist, and you say nigga, we're like, okay, cool. Just it's like the whole Eminem saying nigga, but to me, where it was challenging, and I'm sorry, Mocha, please forgive me. We were talking about racism, so I wanted to make sure, because we have a lot of Trump supporters that watch us. To me, where it just seemed challenging was the climate in which it was used at that particular time, because of everything else that was going on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, in this last episode, you were kind of looked at as the villain. Now, what I will say is that where you earned my respect was the conversation that you had with Roman, where you were checking him on what happened at the hibachi grill, and I feel that real friends check friends. So you really, really earned my respect then, and also when you were out with Charlie and our guy, and they were kind of chuckling about where he worked, California Pizza Chicken. He was like, hey, no, y'all cut that out. That's my friend. I really appreciated that. But what I want to know is, because obviously there was some type of friendship there in the beginning, because y'all were out eating. So when they were making those comments, at that point, did you realize then that, okay, maybe these are not the type of people that I really want to deal with? And is that what caused you to go ahead and just pour the dirt at the cookout? Because did they change, the way you felt about them at that point when they started making those, comments about Brandon working in California pizza kitchen.
Right. I'm saying chicken now too.
Piece of chicken.
I'm saying chicken now.
Somebody hungry.
Okay.
Right.
So, because I know y'all were like, cool.
Yeah.
But then at the cookout, you wasn't feeling it.
I wouldn't say.
So,
I mean, I
because
want
they
to
pissed
start
you
by.
off, right?
I mean, yeah. Okay, so I want to start by saying, with me coming from the background that I came from before I was trans, honestly, it takes 3 seconds for me to understand who you are, what type of person you are, and if I fuck with you or not. 3 seconds. I see you, I feel you, and I hear you. 3 seconds.
I'm with you.
And the thing about it is that I could tell what type of people they were. And in that scene, I do what I can because my thing is, it saddens me that a lot of my brothers and a lot of people that I'm cool with don't like each other or they have problems with each other. And it's so hard being in the middle and being, I can only do so much, and I try to be a good sister and a good person when I can, where I can.
Right.
But the thing, with Sherrod, it was like, when I finally was like, okay, that's enough. Like, you're my brother.
Much
Brandon,
respect.
I'm cool with him, but it's like, you said what you had to say.
Right.
Now you're done.
Right.
Because you're your own person.
Right.
And I'm going to let you be your own person. But at the
Right.
same time, like that was enough.
Right.
But with these two,
Mhm.
they're not my friends. I don't know you.
Okay.
So my thing is that I'm going to let you say what you have to say, and
Right.
I'm going to hear it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, my loyalty lies elsewhere. And of course, I mean, if someone was talking about your friends, like, and it was giving. It was
Right.
giving. I don't care what nobody says, they would, look, they was
Delishous, I
they
don't
was
know
giving.
if I can agree with you on that part, only because the way
I
that they
agree,
said
Delishous,
it,
and I'm gonna tell you why.
you
I
did
agree.
say that.
I agree.
Y'all
I
both
agree
said
with
that.
you.
Because
I
I'm gonna say
don't.
something.
Why?
I'm gonna say something, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna
Right.
be just blunt about it. I don't
Right.
give a fuck. Like
Mhm.
the type of people that they are, they
What
think that
type
they're
of people
better.
are they, though?
I'm gonna tell you right now, they think that they're better than everybody,
Mhm.
and they hate on certain things that people do, and it's been seen before. And if they don't show it, and it's
Mhm.
not edited the way that they
Right.
make it seem within the show, people see outside in real life.
But do
You guys-
you know for sure that these are the type of people that believe that they're better? Do you honestly have enough history or information about them to know that, these are the type of individuals that honestly believe that they're better than
She don't have
everybody
to
else?
know. Her
Not all of
discernment,
them.
her discernment told her that. She discerned arrogance,
Not all of them.
and she discerned shade. Because I discerned it. I don't have nothing against them, too, because I don't really know them. But when they immediately started chuckling, California Pizza Kitchen, ha, 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 yeah,
But
that
were they
was
laughing
shade.
about the location, or
No,
were they
no, no,
laughing
no,
about
they
how
were
they
laughing
said it?
about the job.
You have to understand, and
They-
of course you already know our guy is my
Right.
grandchild, so I know him personally, so we have a different vibe.
Right.
But looking at that scene and understanding, that was a conversation that they had, or those are kiki jokes that they had before, so it was shady.
Right, but
It
are
did
we
come off
are
shady.
we tripping about a kiki? Like, are we honestly tripping about a kiki? And let me say this: I am very spiritual. Y'all know that, and I love discernment. I love being able to feel what I feel and trusting what I feel. Although in relationships, I have not always listened.
We always got to-
But at the same time, I think it's very important that we not categorize people just based on what we think we see or what we think we feel. And let me say this, because at the end of the day, I'm judged a lot by, he thinks he's better or he thinks he's this. And there have been times that I can honestly see where people would get that. But if you would ever know me, you know I will do anything for anybody at any time. And if I ever found out I hurt someone, it breaks me until I can talk to them. But I do come off shady sometimes. I do come off as I think I'm better or above, but that's not who I am. So it's hard for me to hear that this is how you know that they are, but I don't know if you have enough information or history about them to be able to make that assumption.
I agree with that, but I'm saying in that moment.
Oh, in the moment?
Right, it came off.
Okay.
Because I know the both of them, and I don't get shady from them, but then we have different types of bonds.
Right.
So you have to understand where she's coming from. It may be that they treat her that way because they may feel, and this is just me talking. Not
Are we talking about
speculation.
Brandon, or are we talking about in that situation?
We're
with
talking
Delishous?
about our guy and
Right.
Charlie. They may look upon her in a different light because she, is a transsexual. Not saying that they're transphobic, but some people form these opinions and these thoughts in their heads to where they elevate themselves not even realizing it.
Mhm.
So they may give her that sense, and that's why she's saying what she's saying. But of course, again, I know them, so I'm not going to say generally they're those type of people
Right.
to be shady or to walk around thinking that they're better than anybody. But in that moment and looking at that thing, that's kind of what I got from it.
And is that how you gathered that information at that time?
And it's more than just that. And I want to say, I'm gonna be real blunt in this interview.
Mm-hmm. That's what we
The whole
want.
interview.
Girl, listen, that's why we here.
That's what we want.
Go
Because
ahead.
I don't speak on a lot of things.
Right.
But recently, I'm starting to speak up a little more.
Good.
Because I feel
good.
like it's time in
Right.
certain places.
And you need your voice.
I feel Redrick and our guy rubber stamp Charlie a lot.
Okay.
And I feel like
When you say rubber
they-
stamp, I'm a little
rubber
slow.
stamp meaning like I feel like they felt he's just this like I'll never
Superstar?
I'll never take away from what
But he is a
I'll never
superstar,
I'll
though.
never take away from what he's done and what he contributes to this community.
Yeah.
And I always say that how I feel about him as a person,
Right.
I
It's
won't go
different from
into
his
that.
brand.
But because I want to make a difference for our community, I
Mhm.
appreciate the artistry and what he contributes to our community.
Okay.
And I do have to say, I think they're all good people.
Yes. Yes.
But
hmm
when the bad overshadows the good, it shows.
hmm
And no matter what you do, you're always going to show what type of person you are. There's a reason why I have the amount of respect that I have. You think people just live for me being a horrible person and the person that they make me out to be? Like, no, people would hate me. I have a certain amount of respect because of what I do for our communities and how I carry myself and, just who I am.
Do you feel
I
like
would
you're a
not have-
superstar in our community?
I don't like to refer to myself as a superstar. I'm just me.
Why not?
I do,
Like, it's
I
okay.
do, I do what I do. And the thing about it is, we all think we're that bitch. Let's be
Down.
honest. We all think we're
Down.
that
I
bitch.
don't think.
But it comes to a certain point.
Down.
Please.
It comes to a
Please.
certain point
Right.
when you start putting people down for what they do, how they carry themselves. You can't do that. You have to let people be the way that they want to be. You
Okay.
cannot judge people for what they do, how they live their life, where they come from.
Did you count that
And-
moment as a judgment when y'all were at wherever y'all were when they were talking about California Pizza Kitchen? Because my
Yeah.
co-host really did.
It was like I was. If you guys really look like, and people like to be like, "Oh, why she look like that?" A lot of time is because I'm observing. I'm
Right.
very observant. I'm listening.
Right.
I'm watching.
Right.
I'm like.
I will say this.
So I was like, okay, keep going. Like, speak. If you guys, and you know what I'm
I
saying. I'm
understand,
not
right.
gonna stop
You
you.
were very much there.
I wanna just be like.
I understand where you're coming from because okay, when I see you remind me a lot of myself.
You said
I
that.
come from the streets.
Mhm.
I come from the hood. I grew up street and hood. So when I find myself in mixed company, because a lot of people, when they see me and I'm done up, just like when they see you and you're done up, they automatically assume that we're on this caliber of being grand and grandeur and uppity or whatever. So they'll start being a little bit forward with, how arrogant they are, and they'll start looking down on people thinking that you're one of them. You know what I'm saying? But then when they realize that you're not, and then you speak out on it, now all of a sudden it's an issue. I've been in mixed company all the time, and before the pandemic, I was a waiter, still a waiter. You know what I'm saying? And when I would tell people that, they would kiki and
But
they
you're
would laugh,
off
and I am, but
of 7 books.
I am,
Hold
right?
on, I gotta stop.
But
Because when I met Mocha, I was working in drive-through in Taco Bell, and Mocha thought I was this superstar. When I told him over to Taco Bell, he said, "Nigga, you work at Taco Bell in the drive-through? You
Awesome.
remember
Thank
that?
you.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah,
because of what I thought, you know what I'm saying?
because of
So I said all of that to say that's what people do, and
Right.
and I just hate that they do that because we all have a story and we all have a starting point, and we
Right.
all have things that we're doing, to bring in revenue.
Right.
And I just kind of hate that they use that as a moment to kind of kiki and chuckle because y'all all on the same show.
Right.
I'm gonna give you guys.
You know what
another
I'm saying?
example.
Y'all all on the same show, and y'all all there for the same reason.
Mhm.
So there's no
Platform, right.
reason to
And
look
I-
down on anyone.
And I say that, and before I go into what I was gonna say, I'm gonna say something on that.
Mhm.
And I've said before, none of us are that famous
hmm
yet.
Right.
So let's just get over ourselves, and that's really what it is. None of us are that famous yet.
Okay.
And so what I also want to say is that, someone had told me that Charlie was speaking on me in an interview
Who told
talking
you this?
about A bunch of people. People watch it. I don't watch a lot of this shit, but people, it gets back to me one way or another. And that's the thing, like, you know.
But do you consider the source when people tell you things like that? Because when people come up and say, "Hey, Mike,"
they brought it to me.
Well,
they showed it to me.
But even when people do that to me,
so
I still say,
yes, they showed me the receipt.
Source.
They showed me the receipt of the video of the interview.
Right.
And you know, Charlie's, you know, always talking about this and that and da. You know what? You know, I always just try to bring a realness to whatever I do because I'm a real ass bitch. Mm-hmm. And if you've been sheltered all your life or whatever, kudos to you. But the reality of it is, most of us as trans women escorts till we get to a certain point in our life.
I'm a sex worker too.
Certain things.
I used to be a sex worker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not like. I will never turn down a coin. Like, if you want to throw me a coin, I'll do it.
Period.
I'm so sorry about it.
Period.
I'm so sorry about it. And, you know, he just was, like, trying to say all this stuff, and it's like, you know what? This is another example of you trying to act like you're better than other people or trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's just an example.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is the realness of it, this is really what real life is like.
Right.
Trans women have to escort. Trans women do this. We live, you know, most of us struggle.
Right.
Most of us live a hardship and have to go, like, that's what I mean, it was hard for me.
Right.
It was very hard, and that's real.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I mean, kudos to you. Like I said, if you lived a sheltered life and you had it made, like, I didn't. Mm-hmm. I'm still going through stuff. But you know what? I carry myself a certain way, and it's like, and that's why it just makes me so mad for you guys to just do some of the things and say some of the things that you do, and it's like, you know what, like, maybe it is time I speak up a little bit, right? Because I don't say much.
So is that the reason why? Because I want to move beyond
I was gonna say
that point. What do you want to say? Because I don't want to cut you off. I want to make sure.
I just want to get the elephant out the room.
Yeah, I was going there.
Did you
sleep with Charlie?
I need to know the truth.
That's where we was going.
Did you actually have it? No,
and if you did
no. I want to make it clear.
And if you did
not, you have penetration, either mouth or penetration in the anus type sex with Charlie?
You guys have to keep watching the show. But I am going to say, I should not have said that. I should not have said that. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Charlie. If you watch this, I am so sorry. I should not have said that. You know, regardless of if I had a little too much to drink for night or whatever, you know, we both had a blackout moment, and the thing is that he said something that he thought was going to hurt my feelings, and it didn't. But I know, like I said, I sit back and I observe a lot of stuff, and knowing the type of person he is, I knew it was going to hurt his feelings. That's why I said that, and I'm so sorry. I should not have said that. We both said things we should not have said.
It was a jab for a jab.
It was. And you know what? And I apologize for, you know, saying, like I said, calling him a faggot, him and our guy, and I'm so sorry for that. But the reason why I did is because if you're gonna do some faggot shit, I'm gonna call it on it. Okay. And that's the only reason why I said that. And I don't want people to think like they're making it out to be that I just call people faggots. Like, I don't do that. I think it's disgusting, and I correct people, whether if you be gay, bi, straight. Like, if I hear it out, and it could be a straight dude, I'll be like, don't look.
Don't say that. Right.
I'll come out of character real quick, like.
So when that moment happened,
correct it,
and y'all were sitting there.
What was that? Say it again. Okay, you didn't say that.
Oh, you mama.
Okay, we didn't.
You mama. So when that moment happened, and you all were going back and forth. Okay, I don't know Brandon. I know that that's your friend. What prompted? And if it was production, you can be honest with us and be like, "Yo, it was production." What prompted you to even have that conversation with Brandon at an event where it seemed like everybody was already getting along? They were dancing, they were laughing. Now, this is what y'all showed on the show. Why did it have to go left? Why couldn't we have told Brandon that away from this particular event? Why did it need to be said at that then? Mm-hmm.
I think part of it was liquor.
Oh, okay.
But
see, I just got finished talking about liquor.
The main thing about it though was, like I said, you could dish it, but you can't take it.
So this was your moment to get them.
No, this wasn't my moment.
But you made it your moment though.
It wasn't about me.
But it became, but that's the thing.
It wasn't about, if people want to make it about me, that's
no, you know, Delishous, you made it about you, baby.
No, because he walked over there, and my thing is that I could already tell something was wrong, and he's like, I feel this and that, and I said, this is why you feel like this, because people are actually making you feel like this.
No,
so since we're all here,
no.
yeah. So since
people can't make you feel anyway. People can only thing people can do is to try to provoke.
And that was
honestly,
yes.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
It was something that was.
That was your
something that was
moment.
pent up, and the alcohol gave me that courage at that moment. Let me go ahead and say this now.
I'll
that.
agree to that.
I respect
but
that.
I don't.
I respect you saying
it wasn't about my moment. It was about their moment.
Right.
For me to show that, look, this is my thing. Respect and loyalty run deep.
But how do you think that made you feel? I mean, how did you feel that made you? Because, okay, this is what we had to edit out, and I can say it now because I didn't want to say it without you meeting me. You have such a powerful platform as a pretty, talented, transsexual woman. We have already gone through recently a situation in Minneapolis where a trans woman was attacked and was giving her side of the story as the victim. And then we heard another side where she was provoking people. She was doing this. And so many trans women get this bad rep of being messy as hell. And all I was hoping on this show, I was like, okay, come on, Delishous. I was ready. I was like, yes, we got us a trans, and she cute. I was like, come on, no mess. Stay out of the mess. Be mama. Just check everybody from being messy. But when you did it, it was like, damn, no. Like, please don't give people that.
The stereotype.
Right.
Please don't give people that.
But you know what? I have to take some part for that. I would say maybe like the next episode or two, there came a moment for me where I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Yeah. You're not going to make me out to be this person.
Because
that's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
And that's exactly, and I caught on to it very quick. And I said, you know what? I said, there are 9 other main cast members on this show. Yes. You're not going to make the only trans woman that girl.
You have
because
just
it happened one episode before when you guys went to see Redford.
Right.
And it was kind of like, well, I see it, and it was like, this is real.
And I want to say I'm sorry to our guy and Charlie for that, because if it was not for that would not have happened, because I don't carry myself like that.
Awesome. What about Brandon?
But at the same time,
and you know what? When you walked in here,
I feel like it needed to be aired out. I was like, look.
Well, no, it needed to be said, because I'm that type of friend. Like, if somebody's coming around, anybody who knows me, if I have a friend that come around and it's been some mess, I'll be like, okay, y'all. Now, this is the elephant in the room. Let's deal with it. Everybody knows I'm this way. So, look, this is what so-and-so said. You need to fix this, because I can't continue to be cool with all y'all, and we're not all cool.
Right.
So that's how I am. So I got it.
I'm harboring
that's how I felt. We all kikied.
Right.
We all had a good time.
Right.
Okay, now let's look.
Right.
So y'all said this.
Right.
What's the deal?
I want to ask this question, though. Being as though you and Brandon are friends, are you guys still friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He ultimately left the show because
of
that action. So how did that make you feel? Because you were put into a position to have to go to him, and then it made him.
A lot of people had asked.
But was he strong enough to be on the show? No shade, Brandon. I'm just.
Yes.
He is strong enough to be on the show.
Yeah, you know what? The thing about it is they tried to, and they have made the same. And I relate to him because the way that they made him seem, I will never. And I don't think anybody should take away for what Brandon has done for our community.
Because he's done a lot.
The work that he's done just for himself.
Can you say it a little bit?
He was just on, what's it called? The anniversary show for Noah's Ark and stuff.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's just one example, but that's a major, like,
that's a major platform,
it was seen by millions of people. Like, I don't care if he was over here, over there, but bitch, you was seen by, like, so we're not going to take away from what he's done and all the
and
other
it's all
things,
about him,
like,
correct? He was on there, right?
That and plenty of other stuff. But I'm just saying, there's just certain, like, we're not going to take away from what he did. And the way that, I think that was very disrespectful for them to be like, oh, go join him on OnlyFans. And, you know, like, I don't know.
Oh, you mean when the show did it?
Yes.
That was a little shady, John.
I don't know.
That was a little shady.
Brandon,
although I am on OnlyFans too, but that was a little shady.
Brandon, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's okay for me to say this, but he had told me that he's making coin.
Yeah, I believe it.
Coin.
Because I know I'm making money, so I can't say shit.
Regardless of how you make your money, you're making money. If he's not out begging, he's not on the street corner with a sign.
Or stunting.
I don't think anybody should be shamed for the way that they make money.
I agree.
My lane may not be something you would drive in, but that's why I'm in my car.
Right.
And that's the one thing that people don't understand. So I think that if
hello, you seen the car pull up? Let this
Shut
pussy
up.
talk.
Yeah.
These $2,000 shit. Let this pussy talk. Like, girl, what do you think?
you're so stupid.
Like, come on.
It is what it
Y'all
is.
trying to hate on a girl
Go
like,
ahead.
hey, our girl's living.
But
Our
okay,
girl's living.
so now let's talk in defense of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I know that, but these are the questions that I had, and I don't like to be fake. And when you came in with such good
I
energy.
told you when I met
And
her,
your
that's how she
heart,
was.
I just felt your heart when I hugged you. I'm like, oh my God, no, I love her, God. No, seriously, that's how I felt. So let's talk in defense of you. I've already publicly said Charlie was dead ass wrong for the comment that he made. And I don't want to repeat it because I don't know how offensive it is to you. But I will say this. See how things escalate so quick. It was so sad. How did it make you feel in that moment? Not before, not after. In that moment, how did it make you feel when he made that comment? Because you are really living a real trans life.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really make me feel. I've longed for a pussy. I'm going to have one day.
Ooh, that'll turn me on.
Hey.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Woo.
I
You know
got
my
what I'm
man is
saying?
sitting
Like,
up in here, girl.
and-
Don't talk like that. I'm pansexual. Don't do that shit to me, damn it.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, he thought that was going to hurt me.
Right,
It didn't make me feel no type of way.
right.
Now, as far as the truth I live in, it kind of touched me.
Okay.
But it wasn't that. And you know what? I want to kind of shed another light on something.
Mhm.
You see how I have, on many different platforms besides just this,
Right.
I've apologized to Charlie.
Yes, I have seen that.
He didn't apologize to me.
Yeah.
He apologized because he wants to save his image and his career.
Mhm.
He never apologized to me. He's
So
never
he,
said, "Oh, I'm
because he
sorry,
did make an apology
Delishous."
to the trans community, but
Yes, of
nothing
course.
directly to you.
And kudos to that's good. You know, you
No.
You shouldn't have
He
said
still
that.
owes you an apology. Charlie, you know
Baby,
you're
you
my
don't
boy,
know-
but you owe her an apology.
Charlie, you don't know me shit.
Right.
You
Because
don't know me
if
shit.
y'all have to force him to do it, it's not authentic. So don't
Okay, that's what I'm
guilt
saying.
him
You don't
into
know me
doing
shit.
an apology.
And you know what? And I've said on other platforms too. You know, when the time is right, I feel like me and him will come together because there
Right.
was a time. I don't
Right.
know if they're gonna edit it the way that they want to, but and that's why it kind of makes me sad too because there was a point where I feel like they all really saw who I was, and outside of all the filming, like,
Right,
and we was all really like
right.
cool.
Yeah.
And you know, take Charlie outside of that. There's been plenty of moments, and there's been recent moments where you know we've seen them, and our guy and Redrick both. Oh, hey, baby, hey, Delishous, and I was just like, are we good? And they was like, yeah, why wouldn't we be? And I loved that so much. I'm so sorry if you guys felt like that was shade, but I was just like, I don't know, or like, because
Right.
you guys, I just feel like you guys follow Charlie so much, like,
Yeah.
and he has so much influence on you guys, and it makes me sad because
He does.
I
You're right.
respect so much. I respect so much out of our guy and Redrick.
Right.
But the turmoil that me and Charlie have, one day, hopefully, we can kind of like
That
get
would be
past
great to
it
see.
and whatever. Like,
That would be
because
great
I
to
feel
see.
like the narrative that they made, because there's plenty of artists on the show,
Right.
but I feel like the artists,
Yes, you're right. The ones
are
who have
Charlie
real music
and
out,
me.
doing things right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to say real music because there's other people that have real music. I'm not going to take that away from the other
Right.
people on the
But
cast.
I'm talking about
But I
platform
mean, as far
wise.
as like us doing like
Yeah.
performing and having that type of like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Maybe a blue check for a blue check. Like we both got it. Like, so
Right.
let's talk about it. But
Right.
what I'm saying is they made us be against each other when if we could have just been with each other,
Right, it
it
would
could
have
have
been
been
stronger.
so much more powerful.
Yeah.
But
Right.
this is the thing. you
And we
have
may
to
never
take
get
from
to
it.
that, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, I have a different type of feeling for our guy and Redrick because, you know, I could pull up on my phone like before we even started filming. Me and Redrick, I mean, I have Redrick on my phone, Redrick baby with a couple hearts.
Right.
Like
Redrick
that was my baby. At one
Redrick talked
point.
well of you.
Redrick
Mhm.
is I love him, and we
Yeah.
shared a bond, and I'm so sad that he gravitated towards our guy and Charlie, and you know, and he's doing his thing and whatever, and kudos. Like, I mean, I will never take that away, but it's like, you know, it's so sad that we had to kind of like fall apart from each other because of
Right.
what was going on, and you know, I felt that respect from our guy. I mean, Redrick and our guy. Like, and our guy's, oh baby, no how did, and it's like it's like you guys really have seen me. If you
Right.
guys didn't like who I was, you guys wouldn't have shown me that respect, and vice versa. I wouldn't have shown you guys that respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by like rubber stamping. Like,
Yes. I get that.
Mhm.
I get that. No, I get that. Well, I think that that's amazing, and that's one of the reasons why I love what we do because we get an opportunity to get the real story
Right.
behind
Right.
what we see on TV. And I want to give a huge shout out to Ja, because he is giving you all major platforms. I travel a lot across the country. Everybody talks about this show. People from California to Vegas to Miami, like everybody's talking about this show, and it gives you all an opportunity to be seen and to be heard. And for you to be the bright light that you are, I'm glad that you came here and other platforms so that you can get an opportunity to just say, hey, yo, I was wrong here, but this is why I did this. Mm-hmm. And what it does is it gives us the opportunity to be able to love you better, mm-hmm. and then to understand you better, mm-hmm. and get it like, oh, okay, I got that part. So I appreciate you coming. This has been an amazing interview. I want to talk a little bit before we go about your music, because you be performing. I've been watching. I'm like, okay, and stuff. Yes, we seen you. So tell us about your new single that's out. We're going to play it after this video, and where can we connect? Well, we already know we can connect with you on Instagram, but you got a blue check, so I doubt if you check your DMs, because I got thousands of messages, and I don't even have a blue check yet. So tell us a little bit about your music.
I wrote Alone. It talks about a little bit of kind of at first like what we go through, like, oh, you have all this shit to say, now you ain't trying to talk, like, of course, no relationship is perfect, right. Like it was just so much, and everybody just is like, oh, like, everybody longs, I feel like, especially trans women long to have the relationship that I have with the man that I have and everything. It's like I have that dream, but it was hard. It wasn't an easy road. Like I had to literally fight and do, like, to get here. It was hard. Like, I put in so much time, effort, sweat, blood, tears, like, everything, like, to be where we're at. But we have where we're at. And, he tells me now, like, I loved you the moment that I met you. And that was the thing with me. He was like, I fell in love with you the moment that I met you. He's like, I've never felt that. Woman, trans woman, it doesn't matter. Like,
because love is love regardless.
Yes, and he was like, but what we've gone through and what you've shown me, he's like, not even my family has been there for the way that you've been there for me. He's like, you never have to prove anything to me. He's like, you're my wife, and I'll love you. And so that's really why I wrote Alone, and to my second verse of it, I speak of, I tell I'm saying, I tell the judge to free him, and I'm gonna shout, free you till it's you free. Like it was a really powerful song to me, and I've gotten so much good from
feedback,
it. And, yes, and everybody, my brother that listened to it all the time, and I'm just like, I'm listening to that. Like, we'll listen to one of my other. No, but I love the outcome of this. So.
Well, the good thing about this is the fact that one, while he's away, taking care of him, doing what he needs to do. You've been out grinding. You've been out hustling. Yes. So when you come out, by that time, you will already have a greater platform. You will already have a good life set for you all. And you all will be able to move forward in a healthy way. Delishous, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming, sharing your life, sharing your story, sharing your truth. Mm-hmm. And we respect that.
And helping people to understand you.
Yes, yes. Because that's what we want more than anything. We want people to get understanding. Our last question, before we go, that me and Mocha have. Girl, what's your nails?
I had it too, trust me.
Oh, I got on the baby nails today.
I want to know how you go to the toilet.
How do you wipe
How do you wipe I got napkins. I want to know.
That is such a cliche question.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't have nails like that. I don't know.
Like this.
Oh, okay. It's
the same thing. You don't
get caught or anything.
No, you gotta put
no scarring.
Oh, you use this part.
It's just like texting. You do this.
Because let me tell you something.
Some people like to be like.
When I go to the toilet, I use the tip of my fingers with the napkin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got that tip in there, like. I mean, however you want to do it. So I wipe like this, like regular people, like. It's because your nails you put your hands out the way, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, like.
I'm retarded. Don't pay nothing.
Well, our viewers are going to be happy to answer that question. Exactly, because we was asking.
It's not as hard as you think it is, honestly.
All right, everybody, listen. Please make sure that you follow us on all social media. Make sure that you like, share, comment. And what else?
Subscribe.
And subscribe to this channel. Sherrod is here. You all know Sherrod. We're going to do an interview with him in a couple of weeks because he definitely has a powerful storyline coming. And
Well,
Say hey, Sherrod.
we have to award our Lunch on Us winner.
Yes. So here at Kingz in Conversation, we do something called
Lunch on Us.
And we do have a winner that was already previously picked. Your Cash App is a cash sign or dollar sign,
Dollar
right?
sign.
Ashley Clay.
Ashley Clay. You are now being cashed at Lunch on Us. All we ask is that you make a 15-second video telling us that you got the money and letting us know where you are eating. All right?
I'll make a 15-second video.
You
Y'all
already
know I
ate.
like to eat. Oh, and yes, the food was delicious.
And who catered it?
I don't know.
Old school flavor.
Old school flavor at
Period.
Stone Mountain.
Exactly. Catered our food today. So again, Delishous, thank you so much for coming. We
Of
appreciate
course,
you.
thank you for having me.
And this was amazing. This touched my heart today. Really.
I told him you was a good person.
I never said she wasn't a good person. I just didn't like that.
But thank y'all.
5 minutes. We got to go. Bye, everybody. See y'all
Bye.
later.
On your own. Yeah, well, so here we are again, believing lies of dream filled promises. You knew you couldn't keep, you knew you was a waste, spending all your fucking life.